Right now, Madisonians on the west side are sharing their concerns with a city plan to improve their neighborhood. But first, conservative commentator Ben Shapiro speaks at UW-Madison, where he's greeted by both supporters and protesters, why he came to campus. And Madison police provide an update on a shooting that left a 15-year-old girl dead nearly 4 weeks ago. That's all coming up at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. Controversial conservative commentator Ben Shapiro returned to UW-Madison campus for the first time since 2016. His remarks took a hard pro-Israel stance that some call Islamophobic on the conflict in the Middle East. Arman Rahman caught up with the group that invited him to campus and the counter-protesters who call his language divisive.
It's a tale of two different communities here at the Memorial Union on UW campus. Inside, conservative speaker Ben Shapiro speaking to a group estimated to be in the thousands, and meanwhile outside, a group saying that Ben Shapiro and his views are not welcome.
Madison to Palestine! Occupation is a crime!
Young Americans for Freedom organized Shapiro's visit. They say conservatives across the country are being unfairly treated on college campuses.
We wanted to bring a prominent conservative speaker to show that conservatives are here on campus. We're strong, we're loud, we promote conservative values.
Counter-protesters gathered outside say they banded together
because of his divisive language, having discussions with the community about what we can do to make sure that our campus is safe, our community is safe, and all of the communities that are affected by his rhetoric are safe.
Since the October 7th attacks on Israeli soil, Shapiro has routinely taken to social media against Hamas and claims there are many on the left in the United States who support them.
It is not quote-unquote Islamophobia to point out that defending Hamas is repulsive, or that a peculiarly small number of Muslims seem to be dissociating from Hamas or calling for their surrender.
Counter-protesters say that kind of rhetoric is dangerous.
At the end of the day, there's a genocide going on in Palestine, and so protesting a genocide shouldn't equate with terrorism, in my opinion.
During his remarks, Shapiro took aim at a statement from the UW Dean of Students, which he called vague. In it, the dean specifically talked to student groups about religious, financial, and health support for those affected by, quote, recent acts of violence in Israel and the Palestinian territories.
No one could tell what those acts of violence were or who had perpetrated them, and so Hamas fans must be given moral credibility. The university wouldn't want to come down too hard on the side of civilization. That might look discriminatory.
The leader of Young Americans for Freedom tells me that any, quote, disruptors inside the event will be asked to leave. However, organizers of the protests out here tell me they have no desire to be inside with that group. For now, outside Memorial Union, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Well, we started the work week off with not just sunshine, but some warmth. Temperatures today climbing above 60 degrees. It won't be that warm tomorrow, though, rather back to normal. Meteorologist Alex Harrington is here with the First Warn forecast. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Charlotte. Yes, you got it right on the nose. Back to the normal forecast, or back to normal. Enter the blue glasses. Our temperatures have dropped out here, and I sport the blue. And we've got cooling temperatures. We've gone down by 20 degrees already. Look at that, 49 in Madison, 48 in Middleton. We saw highs in the middle to upper 60s today. Still hanging on to about 50 degrees if you go a little bit further down to the south on 14 and 39, 50 degrees down towards our friends in McFarland, down towards Stoughton as well. 45 to the southwest in Mineral Point, 49 to the north in the Dells, 45 even further to the north in Camp Douglas, and our friends in Janesville and Monroe still hanging on to that 50-degree mark. Where you see the blue, this is where we've seen temperature changes over the past 24 hours. And the darker the blue gets, the bigger the change is. We're seeing really dark blues to the north and to the west out towards La Crosse. We're just starting to get into these lighter blues here over Madison. This really is a great image showing the cold air coming in from the north and from the west, and it will definitely cool on down. Back to normal, we said, Charlotte. 50 degrees on your Tuesday, 50 on your Wednesday. Mid and upper 60s are way above normal for this time of year. Then we'll go below normal as we head towards the latter part of the week. Then we swing back up into the 50s. We'll actually go to above normal as we head out into next week. But you're probably wondering, with these swings in temperatures, will we have some precipitation? We'll talk about that in Maine weather, and we'll show some viewer photos. Another way you can send us those viewer photos, channel3000.com/weather. We'll see you in a bit.
New tonight, Dane County's Board of Supervisors has approved an amended county budget for next year. Under the newly approved deal, the operating budget is just shy of $790 million. Part of the budget includes funding for a proposed Madison homeless shelter and the Community Alternative Response Emergency Services Program, otherwise known as CARES. The budget now goes to County Executive Joe Parisi's desk for him to sign. Well, quite the surprise for Milwaukee Brewers fans this afternoon, and not a good one. Craig Counsell is joining the Brewers' rival, the Chicago Cubs, as their new manager. Counsell was a popular managerial candidate, but he'd been linked earlier to the New York Mets and Cleveland Guardians, not Milwaukee's division rival. Andrew Banstra has the full details on Counsell's deal with the Cubs coming up later in sports. And don't forget, the News 3 Now mobile app sends out push alerts on breaking sports stories, too. Download it for free and follow the news of the day from the palm of your hand whenever it is most convenient to you. President Jay Rothman of the Universities of Wisconsin is proposing a $32 million workforce development plan to improve Wisconsin's workforce. Key workforce divisions like engineering, nursing, data science, business, and finance would be targeted throughout the system to increase the amount of graduates.
We know we have to be investing in order for Wisconsin to compete in an ever-evolving technology-driven knowledge economy. The investments we make today or the investments we fail to make will define Wisconsin's future.
The $32 million was originally intended for diversity, inclusion, and equity offices before Republicans held it from the state's biennial budget unless the Universities of Wisconsin reallocated how that money would be spent. The Board of Regents is set to consider the proposal at its Thursday meeting. A new bill making its way through the Capitol would provide free breakfast and lunch to all Wisconsin public school students. During the COVID-19 pandemic, a USDA program provided free breakfast and lunches for students, but that program ended in June of 2022. The bill is gaining support statewide with hundreds of organizations involved.
The Healthy School Meals for All Coalition has over 300 members across the state. Organizations and people representing everything from school nurses to parents, parent organizations, social workers, obviously food service workers, educators, but people who understand that kids who are hungry cannot learn and that our kids are worth it.
In 2019, an estimated 33% of Wisconsin children who experienced food insecurity did not qualify for free or reduced price school meals. A planned development near Old Sauk Road in Madison has some neighbors nearby concerned about what it means for their green spaces. The Sauk Creek Greenway corridor has to be restored due to urban water runoff, but how to do so is what's at issue here. Some trees will have to be removed, but just how many? Well, that's not even known yet. And some residents are concerned the city will remove more than necessary if the project grows. A meeting held tonight allowed residents the chance to ask questions and the city to respond.
Once these trees are gone, they're not going to be coming back in our lifetime. So we want to meet with and work with the city to, when they plan this project, they salvage and save as many of these trees as possible.
We don't have all the answers at this point, and part of what we're trying to do is just all get on the same page, get that conversation started, and get folks kind of the baseline information that the city has.
Despite their differences, both the city and the Friends of Sauk Creek say they share a common belief. They want to come together to share their ideas about the care the creek needs to stay a healthy place for the wildlife there. If you commute north through Sun Prairie on Highway 151, here's a traffic alert you'll want to know about. Tomorrow, the northbound off-ramp from 151 under Bristol Street will be closed. Construction crews are working on ramp work there. It's unclear when the ramp will reopen. WISC didn't provide a timeline, but drivers should plan to use the Windsor Street exit as an alternate route. A Cottage Grove volunteer firefighter killed in a motorcycle crash more than a week ago was laid to rest. This afternoon, a procession was held ahead of 20-year-old Gavin Wendrick's funeral. Wendricks died Saturday, October 28th, after he and another motorcyclist collided on I-39 near Monona. He joined the fire department last year, following the footsteps of his father, Paul, a volunteer firefighter.
So he had been around the fire department ever since a kid, and it was kind of his dream to join his dad on the fire department. And like I say, in 2022, he made that dream come true. And around the firehouse, he always brought a smile wherever he went. The big goofy grin that we always saw off of Gavin.
The other person involved in the crash, a 21-year-old man, was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Madison firefighters rescued a dump truck driver who happened to flip his vehicle over on the city's north side this morning. These are photos of the response provided by the fire department. It happened at the intersection of Wheeler Road and Sherman Avenue. A passenger was able to get out, but the driver was stuck. Firefighters used a ladder to help the driver crawl out. Both the driver and passenger were taken to the hospital to be checked out. Police have recovered the car involved in the murder of a 15-year-old Madison girl last month, but the search for her killers continues. 15-year-old Kaisha Miller was shot and killed October 10th on Madison's far east side, outside of an apartment complex near Milwaukee Street. Surveillance video from the shooting shows 4 people getting out of a car and opening fire, while a 5th person remained inside. Police recovered nearly 50 rounds at the scene. Officers are still taking tips if you have them, so anyone with information on the shooting is urged to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers. That phone number 608-266-6014. New information tonight about a former Village of McFarland president accused of child sexual assault. 1 count of assault against Bradley Zaboter was dismissed. The 74-year-old former Village of McFarland president was originally charged in June over allegations of inappropriately touching a 5-year-old. In court Friday, the DA's office moved for dismissal after determining the case wasn't provable beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Zaboter's attorney tells us the DA's office further investigated the case after they provided the office with additional evidence to prove his innocence.
When they finished the investigation, some 20 or 30 reports later, they came to the conclusion that the original accusations, which were somewhat vague and inconsistent to begin with, that they couldn't prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt.
Zaboter served as Village of McFarland president from 2012 through 2021. Still ahead at 10, it was former President Trump's turn to take the stand in the civil fraud trial against him and his company. He gave a testimony that those inside the courtroom say was defiant.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
No question, I want to spend these months at home with hospice care from A Grace, so I can be with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
A Grace, caring every step of the way. Always behind the scenes helping parents and caregivers find quality-rated childcare that fits their family's needs? DCF. We're your trusted source in support of quality childcare. Learn more at qualitychildcare.wi.gov.
Friends of the Middleton Performing Arts Center present The Greatest Piano Man, celebrating the world's greatest pianists and showmen, including Elton John, Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, Liberace, and more. One night only, Saturday, November 18th. Tickets available online now.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
Trust your feet to Morgan's shoes.
Loa Footwear, a name synonymous with premium outdoor footwear for 80-plus years. Our patented mono-wrap construction wraps the foot in a lightweight yet firmly supportive frame. We use a softer polyurethane in our midsoles that provides better shock absorption and ultimate comfort underfoot. Plus, our patented Gore-Tex liner is more durable and creates a smoother fit, thus less potential for blisters or discomfort.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
Dear Sharp Curves, Toyota has more all-wheel drive sedans than any other brand. We got traction, baby.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on many of Toyota's most popular models. Toyota. Let's go places.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I learned to swim with Olympic champ Ryan Lochte, plus the very funny Dion Cole.
This is my talk show, J. Hud voice.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
In his New York civil trial, former President Donald Trump went on the offensive, taking on the judge and the state attorney general from the witness stand. As Naomi Ruckham reports, the judge even threatened to remove Trump from the stand due to the outbursts.
See what a scam this is? Inside the courtroom, former President Donald Trump lashed out, calling the judge in the high-stakes fraud trial against him and his company biased. During his combative testimony, Trump also threw barbs at State Attorney General Letitia James, calling her a political hack.
He rambled, he hurled insults. The documentary evidence demonstrated that, in fact, he falsely inflated his assets to basically enrich himself and his family.
In the civil trial, Trump testified that he's worth billions of dollars more than the financial statements at the center of the suit, accusing him of inflating his wealth to banks and others to secure financing and deals. This is a case that should have never been brought. It's a case that should be dismissed immediately. The fraud was on behalf of the court. The court was the fraudster in this case. They made references to assets that were very valuable. In an earlier ruling, State Judge Arthur Engoron determined that the former president committed fraud while building his real estate empire.
The normal person cannot inflate value of properties in order to get a benefit.
In 33 years, I have never had a witness testify better. An absolutely brilliant performance by President Trump.
But amid the clashes, Trump did acknowledge that he has a hand in his property's evaluations, saying, quote, "I would look at them, I would see them, and I would maybe on occasion have some suggestions." Asked by the state attorney whether he ever thought the values were off or inaccurate, Trump said, yes, on occasion, both high and low. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
New polling from the New York Times and Siena College shows President Biden falling behind former President Trump in some key swing states. The president trails Trump in 5 of the 6 battleground states that helped him win the election in 2020. Biden is behind in Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. But where is he ahead? Right here in Wisconsin. There's something new being sold on the concourse of the Kohl Center that you haven't been able to buy there before: alcohol. That's right. Enjoy a Badgers basketball or hockey game with a cold one. Beer, hard seltzers, and wine are available to be enjoyed while rooting for Wisconsin.
What we've heard from our fans is having the ability to purchase alcohol is sort of become an expectation of that game day experience, and certainly we want to do anything possible to enhance that experience for them to have as good of a time as possible when they come here to enjoy a Badger game.
It's not just the Kohl Center. Alcohol will also be served during events in LeBron Arena. Beer can be purchased from grab-and-go kiosks at the arenas. Staff will be on hand to check those IDs. Up to 2 alcoholic drinks can be bought at one time. And you might be wondering what this means for Camp Randall. Well, university officials say they're just focused on sales at LeBron and Kohl Center to see how things go. Well, it's time for another check of the first warn forecast. Here's meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Yeah, Charlotte, gorgeous day today, almost late spring-like, but back to normal in the forecast we go. Those temperatures are going to take a dip here over the course of the next couple of days. We'll call this the back to the normal forecast, at least for Tuesday. Going on into Wednesday, a few showers Tuesday night and your Wednesday as well, very fall-like, and then we enter cool weather by the time we get to the weekend, but at least it'll be dry. Beautiful scene there with the Capitol. 48 degrees right now. We've gone down yet another degree here since the first weather. 45 in Mineral Point, 49 to the north in the Dells, 45 in Camp Douglas, and 50, just hanging on to 50. Our friends down towards the south and towards the east, down towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border. Low temperatures tonight will do 38 in Madison, 40 in Baraboo, 37 in Platteville, and 36 in the Wisconsin River Valley, Mississippi River Valley. Our friends out towards Prairie du Chien. All we'll do here as we go on to your Tuesday, no 60s out there. Temperatures right around 50, 48 in Baraboo, 52 in Janesville, and 51 in Platteville. This is where we should be for this time of year. Temperatures here across Dane County, again, 48 in Madison, 50 to the north in Waunakee, 48 in Middleton, Oregon, still hanging on to 50 degrees. The cold air is coming in from the north and from the west, And again, it will be cooler on your Tuesday. 38 to start off your Tuesday here. Strong north-northwest wind out there. Few clouds out there. A break or two. A little bit of sun on your Tuesday, but generally it will be cloudy. Winds then will do that switcheroo, as I like to say, by the time we get into your Tuesday afternoon. Coming in out of the east and out of the northeast out ahead of this next weather system that could bring a sprinkle or two as we head towards 5, 6 o'clock. Temperatures dipping back down into the 40s. Better chances for those showers are going to be Tuesday overnight going on into your Wednesday, but not amounting to a whole lot here, folks. 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch. I would say, let's say from Richland Center down to Dodgeville to Monroe and points off towards the north and towards the east stand the better chance of seeing 1 or 2 of those showers going on into your Wednesday. After this little weather system moves through Tuesday going into Wednesday, really not a whole lot of rain in the forecast. Maybe a shower by the time we go out towards Sunday, but that's quite the ways out there in the forecast here. Bottom line, back to normal Tuesday going on into Wednesday. A few showers Tuesday night and Wednesday, and that chilly weekend is ahead of us folks here. Temperatures middle to upper 40s by the end of the week, and then as we head towards the weekend, temperatures in the 40s. That's a bit below normal. Then the temperatures will go above normal by next week. Viewer photos time. Thank you, Alice, so much for sending us this beautiful photo here. Very festive out there from Prairie du Sac, and you can always submit those weather photos. Here's another way you can do it, channel3000.com/weather. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Get 11% off pet and wildlife supplies at Menards. Attract a wide variety of birds to your home with Enchanted Gardens Wild Bird Food. This popular blend feeds birds year-round. Get a 40-pound bag for only $14.99 after rebate. Chicken Soup for the Soul is a dog food made with real beef and quality ingredients. It provides well-balanced nutrition for supporting happy, healthy pets. Pick up a 13-ounce can for $2.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't miss the 34th Annual Winter Art Fair off the Square, November 11th and 12th at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Featuring over 100 Wisconsin exhibitors with a wonderful selection of ceramics, paintings, glass art, wood, jewelry, and much more. Place your bids at our silent auctions Saturday only. Children will enjoy the Young Collectors Corner. Buy local for the holidays. The Winter Art Fair off the Square. Put it on your calendar today.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Well, believe it or not, basketball season is finally back, and the Badgers missed the NCAA tournament last year, but entered 2023 with 3 things: a vengeance, a lot of returners, and some excellent newcomers. Bucky was back at home tonight hosting Arkansas State. First half, Nolan Winter dumps it down to transfer guard A.J. Store. Money. Big things in store for number 2. He finishes with 15 points. And then later, the big man, Steven Crowell, showing that big men, they can pass it too. The 7-footer finds a cutting John Blackwell, who gets it to go. Badgers up big at this point. And then later in the first, Chucky Hepburn leading the break, turns on the Jets and finishes at the rim. The offense was firing on all cylinders tonight. The Badgers score a Kohl Center record 105 points and win their season opener. Staying on the hardwood, the Bucks in action, taking on the Nets in Brooklyn. Tight game late in the fourth quarter. Time for Giannis to take over. Dame finds the freak who gets the big bucket, and the Bucks take a 121-119 lead. And then on the next possession, same exact thing. Lillard finds the freak who wills his way to the rim. Count it. The Bucks beat down Brooklyn on the road, 129-125, the final. This morning, Craig Counsell reportedly signed a deal to become the next manager of the Chicago Cubs. Counsell is the Brewers' winningest manager in franchise history, and while fans were prepared for the skipper to possibly go elsewhere, no one expected him to go to Chicago. It's a move that shocked the baseball world and makes Counsell the highest paid manager in baseball. In a press conference, the Brewers' principal owner said, "Craig has lost us and lost our community." There was so much excitement for the Luke Fickell era, and please believe me, there still should be for the future. But as for this season, Wisconsin's loss at Indiana on Saturday kind of feels like the nail in the coffin for this year. With 3 games to go, the Badgers are 5-4 and 1 game back of Iowa in the Big Ten West. While the Badgers would need a lot of help to make it to the Big Ten title game, right now Fickell's only focus is the task at hand, this Saturday's game against Northwestern.
It's tough. It's difficult. I think that all of us, we talked about it, you know, on Sunday as well. There was an expectation. There is an expectation. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, we're not in a position that right now meets those expectations, but we can't allow that to stop us from growing and doing the things we got to continue to do. And then we ultimately got to find ways to win football games. So this is another great opportunity for us this week.
And we'll be right back.
At Gruber Law Offices, you pay us nothing until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to get the results and compensation you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation might be to blame. Over-the-counter eye drops can provide temporary relief. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. It targets inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation. Why wait? Ask your doctor about a 90-day prescription and pay as little as $0. Xiidra.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save. On top of our lower-than-low prices, enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Score the lowest prices of the year right now at Brothers Main's Black Friday sale. You won't find lower prices anywhere. And enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Main's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
After an accident, don't say anything and don't sign anything until you talk to Gruber Law Offices.
Call us first. We'll help get you the money you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Moving forward, Thursday.
Tonight on The Late Show, my guest is Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, which I think earns me 500 frequent flyer miles.
Tonight on CBS.
And meteorologist Alex Harrington is back with the forecast.
Yes, I'm back with the back to normal forecast. Let's go right to graphics. Yes, back to normal Tuesday and Wednesday. We were treated today here with 60s to near 70-degree temperatures. A few showers Tuesday night going on into your Wednesday, but most places are not going to pick up a whole lot. A chilly weekend ahead. But, you know, Charlotte and Andrew, we were just talking here before. This isn't that bad. Look at that. Temperatures middle to upper 40s. Then we go back into the 50s as we go out into next week. Not big weather systems. Temperatures staying kind of benign. Normal. It's normal for this time of year.
And really, this is normal. Seem bad.
No, I don't think so at all. And we were just saying before, El Nino winter is expected. And what does that mean for us? It means kind of this benign weather pattern. Warm days, cool nights, maybe not a lot of big weather systems, not a lot of snow, so we could continue to see this pattern carry on as we go out into the winter months, which are good for folks, you know, that want to keep it quiet, but maybe the snow lovers might not like it so much.
So this is the good weather story for the weekend. And my gosh, sports. I don't think you need any more sports.
No, Craig Counsell is gone in Chicago. That's the big story of the day. We're all sad about it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Speechless. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.